What if I told you that one man's journey across the Sahara didn't just shake the global economy? It completely rewrote how the world saw Africa. And what if I told you this happened 700 years ago, when Africa was already the center of global wealth and power? Welcome back to the African Reset, where we uncover the stories that colonial narratives tried to bury. Today, we're diving into the legendary tale of Mansa Musa, the emperor of Mali whose fortune was so immense that modern billionaires look like pocket change in comparison. So what made Mansa Musa so incredibly wealthy? The answer challenges every stereotype about medieval Africa. At the heart of his empire was total dominance over the Trans-Saharan trade routes, linking West Africa to North Africa, Europe, and the Middle East. Cities like Timbuktu, Gao, and Djenné were not just trading posts, they were intellectual and commercial powerhouses, easily rivaling the greatest cities of medieval Europe. But here's the real foundation: gold. During Musa's reign, West Africa produced nearly half of the world's gold supply, and Musa controlled the mines directly. Think about that for a second. Half the world's gold flowing through one African empire, and gold was only part of the equation. Salt, mined deep in the Sahara and carried by endless camel caravans, was just as valuable, essential for food preservation in an age before refrigeration. Every merchant and every caravan that crossed Mali's vast territory paid taxes, filling the empire's treasury with an unstoppable stream of wealth. This was not mere resource extraction. This was economic management so sophisticated it would impress any modern economist. Now, to put Mansa Musa's wealth into perspective, recent estimates, even after adjusting for inflation, place his net worth at over $400 billion, making him wealthier than Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and every modern billionaire combined. But here's the crucial difference. Musa's wealth was direct and tangible. There were no stock portfolios, no digital assets, and no market crashes. When Musa spent gold, the impact was immediate and visible across continents. This brings us to 1324, the year Mansa Musa embarked on the most legendary journey in African history. His pilgrimage to Mecca was not just a spiritual act, it was a masterclass in soft power and global diplomacy. Picture this: a caravan of 60,000 people stretched for miles across the desert, 12,000 slaves dressed in silk, 80 camels, each carrying hundreds of pounds of gold. This wasn't just travel, this was a moving demonstration of African power, wealth, and organization. In Cairo, Musa's generosity became the stuff of legend and the source of economic upheaval. He distributed so much gold that he caused an inflation crisis, devaluing the precious metal in Egypt for more than a decade. Locals remembered it as the time when gold lost its value because of the flood from Mali. Just think about that. One man's generosity literally crashed a regional economy. But Musa understood something that many wealthy people today miss. True power comes from what you build, not just what you possess. He recruited architects like the renowned Al-Sahili, who transformed West African architecture and left a legacy still visible today. He invested heavily in mosques, schools, and libraries. Under his patronage, Timbuktu became a center of Islamic scholarship, attracting intellectuals from across the Muslim world. Yet here's where Mansa Musa's story takes a complex turn. His Hajj changed how the world saw Africa, but not always in ways that benefited the continent. European mapmakers, dazzled by tales of rivers of gold, began to depict West Africa with images of Musa holding massive nuggets. This new awareness of Africa's riches eventually drew European explorers, laying the groundwork for the later Gold Coast, and tragically, the transatlantic slave trade. So was Mansa Musa truly the richest man to ever live? In his time, he wielded power, influence, and resources beyond anything we see today. But his legacy teaches us something deeper. True wealth isn't just what you accumulate. It's what you create, what you build, and what you leave behind for generations to come. Now it's your turn. What do you think defines true wealth? What you have, or what you do for others? And which other African leader or empire should we explore next on the African Reset? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, hit that subscribe button to join our community of truth seekers, and share this story with someone who needs to know that African greatness has always existed.